All right, it's Wednesday, February the 8th, 2017. And how how can you survive under a Republican Party which seems hell bent on helping the rich and wealthy? Um, when Ronald Reagan went into office in 1980, there was a huge panic around the nation. People were shocked that President Jimmy Carter was not reelected, and Reagan was put into office because Reagan had all these. Reagan, in essence, Ronald Reagan, to me, his rhetoric kind of reminds me of what's going on with Donald Trump at this time, but of course, far worse. I mean, Donald Trump is just totally worse than Reagan. But under the Reagan administration, he did come up with some bright ideas to help poor people. You do know that government cheese was issued under the Reagan administration. That's right. Ronald Reagan cared about poor people. He wanted you to have some food, so he did at least provide protein in the form of government cheese. These big blocks of cheese, you could have built a house with them damn things. And they were handed out to churches and neighborhoods all over churches, and you can get them at a church. Sometimes they had them at schools. All I can remember is coming home and seeing these big blocks of cheese, and government issued cheese. That the government had surplus cheese they purchased from manufacturers who made cheese, and now they handed this out to. This was a way of look. When Republicans are in office, they don't give a shit about nobody. They pretend like they do until they get through that dough. Ronald Reagan thought at that time government cheese and government powdered milk and government whatever issued stuff. They had a lot of different products that they issued with helping people versus a job. But this is what they did. And I have a sneaky suspicion Donald Trump ain't even going to give you motherfuckers a block of government cheese. So with that being said, since we realize the cheese ain't coming down the pipeline no time soon, and one thing I will say about the government cheese, it did make delicious grilled cheese sandwiches. Well, we ain't got to worry about that because Donald Trump is not about to give us any government cheese. So, since that's not coming down the pipeline, Donald Trump seems to be the type of person who's more inclined to you're supposed to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So, in that case, if you don't you don't own any bootstraps or boots to pull yourself up, your ass might be in trouble. So, this administration I'm beginning to see is about being self-employed, taking care of yourself, working for yourself, doing things for you. Although he's talking all this shit about he's bringing jobs back to USA and he's going to build this massive wall across Mexico. Now, let's start with that wall in Mexico. This would be a damn good time to become get certified or whatever you got to do to become a federal contractor to go down there and build that wall. They say it's going to cost $20 billion, but after cost overruns and everything, you're looking at a $50 billion. Can you imagine getting one of those contracts to go down there and supply for supplies or contract or whatever to build that wall? You're going to be eating good for the next 20 years. That's about how long it's going to take to get that damn wall built. By the time they start building that wall, Donald Trump will be long gone from office if this does happen. And that catastrophe that would be built down there is going to cost billions of dollars. And this would be a great time to become a government contractor, to be involved with the labor, the materials, whatever. You will eat good off that wall. So don't knock that wall. That wall might feed a couple of generations of your family over the next 20 years or so. I mean, so if you're a young person, you know how the process is to get one of these contracts, please, by all means, figure out how to build a wall and be a part of it. Be actively involved in building that wall down there in Mexico so that you can feed your children for the next 20 to 30 years. You will eat good. Now, also Donald Trump, he's the type of person he can't be trusted for some odd reason because he keeps going back and forth on the people. And I think a lot of people who trusted him, who voted for him, are going to be in for a sad surprise when they realize Donald Trump is full of shit. They're going to need therapy. This is a wonderful time to become a Trump therapist. Because all these people who voted for him and was believing in him and hoping with him and praying that he'd be their savior, they're about to get their feelings hurt so bad. It's going to be a catastrophe. All those folks up through Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, the people who voted for him, them Midwestern states he ain't got a pot to piss in and a backdoor to throw it out of, gonna be really butthurt in a few minutes. Because they're gonna realize that motherfucker ain't about to do shit for their ass. He just talked a bunch of shit and he gonna sit and watch. Donald Trump is going to sit in that White House in Washington, D.C. and hog all the money for himself and the other Trumpettes, his family members. So, therapy, psychiatrists, psychologists, Trump therapists, as we will call them, will have to come into those areas in like the army going into war. There's going to be some very upset people up there when they realize they ain't about to get shit from Donald Trump. So, they got all this hope. I don't know why people put hope in politicians. Politicians lie. Let's just face the truth. Every politician that we've had from president since, well, the Kennedys has been a liar. They've all lied. Lie after lie. Every last one of them. We have not got a president that has not deceived the general public in some way, shape, or form, either because they didn't know what they were lying about, or things just didn't go the way they wanted it to be. So we don't expect anything different from Donald Trump. Expect far worse. And he has not even been here in office a few weeks, and he's already sitting in the office now creating a lot of confusion in his lies and stuff. Just lie after lie after lie after lie. Nigga, shit down and shut your fucking mouth. If you can't tell the truth, don't say nothing at all. I guess he never learned that as a child. Because he's just going to keep on lying and lying and lying. And all those lies are going to dig Donald Trump a hole he's not going to be able to get his ass out of. And that's how he's going to end up possibly impeached. So let's let him keep digging that hole. And keep digging. And digging. And digging. And it's going to be so massive of a hole that he can't get out of it. So I don't see him being impeached in the first 2 years of office unless he does some hell of a shit and the Republicans say, your motherfucking ass got to go. God damn, we gave your ass a chance. I don't think that's going to happen until people get fed up with the Republicans and they bullshit and they toss all them out and put some Democrats in there. And once they get these Democrats to take over in the next 2 years, it's more than likely it's going to happen because Donald Trump is full of shit. And they will be beginning the process of vetting him and getting him ready. Now, keep in mind now, y'all, because we got Pence sitting in the background, hoping and praying that Donald Trump does get impeached so that he can take over. So I just pray and hope that we're not jumping from the pot right into the fire with him as President Pence. I mean, because he just is ignorant. He might be a much more worse person just because his intentions are not pure at all. Donald Trump just a fool. But Pence is a more direct individual who has an agenda that I don't necessarily think Donald Trump has an agenda per se, because he's not been a politician, but Pence has an agenda that will significantly impact many Americans. So we really don't want him in that office. But it is beginning to come to me that this is inevitable, because Donald Trump is not going to be fit to be president and make it through this term. He's just not fit. So anyway, just ride it out and see what happens. And you know, a lot of people are y'all calm down. That's another thing. Take a breather. Sit back. Get comfortable. Breathe. Breathe in. Let out. Relax. He's there. He ain't going nowhere yet. Let's let him keep digging his hole. Let's let him keep making a catastrophe of things. Let's let him go down that path of things that he's doing. And I guarantee you he won't be there long. Let's let him keep doing what he's doing. He's doing a damn good job of being very destructive, and it's going to get worse. Anyway, I'm over here cooking breakfast. I sure wish I had some of that government cheese in there. Make me a nice, delicious, cheese sandwich over there, you know. It would have been really nice. But I don't have any, so I am having chicken, sausage, oatmeal, scrambled eggs, and I made some biscuits. I mean, they ain't from scratch; they frozen. Y'all threw them in the oven, so I might not do those biscuits. I might just do some toast because I ain't got time to eat food with the biscuits. It's 10 o'clock. If you like my videos, click like, share with family members and friends. Y'all, like I said, sit back, breathe, relax, deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. Quit fretting over Donald Trump and his catastrophe that he's making. This man is making a huge mess himself. Every day that he's in office, he's digging a deeper hole, and it's inevitable that something is going to happen that may get him sent home early from school, so to speak. Anyway, I'm out. And again, today, what was today? Today is still February the 8th, and it's 2017. I'm out and enjoy.